Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm just putting a trailer on for something in the background. I got it on loop. I'm going to return to the basement where I usually record at some point. And feel like setting up the camera tonight because I have another video to record. So I just got back from The Flash a little while ago. I thought it was a fun movie. It's one of the first DC movies I've seen in a while. I skipped a couple, to be honest, because I wasn't a big fan of the movies. I grew up on Marvel. My name's Thor, so obviously Marvel is what I grew up on. So I think The Flash was it was a fun movie. The CGI at some points was a little kind of weird. It's also got to deal with time travel, and time travel is really tough to pull off. Even Marvel's kind of struggling with it right now. They nailed some movies. The new Spider-Man movie was really, really good and handled it decently well. But I feel like no matter what, time's just like crazy. It's like Butterfly Effect, the movie, in every other movie, where the more you change, the more other things change. There's no way to get it perfect. This movie kind of plays around with that idea, and I kind of like that, and that's what I really appreciated about this movie. So what I really liked about this movie is it kind of reminded me of the original Spider-Man movies. It kind of reminded me of Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1, he's young, has a great loss, doesn't know how to deal with it, and it's adapting to that. It's what makes him who he is. The new Spider-Man movie kind of touches on that too. I just feel like time travel is just so overdone with, between Endgame, between the Ant-Man movies, the Spider-Man movies. I mean, Spider-Man was a lot of fun. The last Spider-Man movie and the animated movies were a lot of fun, but time travel is hard to get right. Look at Rick and Morty. They do alternate dimensions. They don't do time travel because time travel is hard to do. It makes me think of the Acid Vat episode where Morty thinks he's traveling in time, but he's just moving himself. And this kind of plays with those ideas. And it's an interesting concept, but it's a very high level concept, and it's very hard to pull off in like a short movie. I think when you have like a series, it's easier to pull off. Overall, I think the movie's a bunch of fun. I really like how they played around with the idea of him wanting to change the past and how it made him in the superhero he is, but also wanting to change things. And then it kind of gave Spider-Man 2 vibes, which is one of my favorite comic book movies. The Flash, and I won't get into it, kind of loses some of his power, and he adapts to that. He becomes a better superhero because of it, just like Peter did, Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, and that's one of my favorite comic book movies ever, so I really appreciated that. They brought back Michael Keaton as Batman because the time loopy stuff, and he was the Batman when I was a kid, so of course, I appreciated seeing him again. They bring back, his costume, his old gadgets, his Batmobile. It pretty awesome, and Keaton was awesome as a villain too in the Spider-Man movie. I was half expecting to see a Danny DeVito cameo as the Penguin, but we didn't get that, but it's okay. I also like how they had Ben Affleck as Batman. They had him for a bit, and this movie kind of changes things, not resets the timeline. Take what happened, and this is a restarting. It's like a requel, like all the horror movies are doing. Everything that happened in the past did happen, but here's our restarting point. Here's our new characters. So I think they do that very well, and that works really well. The characters are great. The actors are great. Like, I really like the Flash, and there's two of them, so that's a lot of fun. Like, just like that. Everything didn't blow up, though. I mean, it is not supposed to happen. Like Back to the Future, Marty's not supposed to meet himself, and it's supposed to blow up, right? Doesn't quite happen in this movie, but they make it work, and a lot of fun moments, a lot of good moments. Flash is trying to change some things, obviously, because he doesn't like the way the past is, and understandable. You might not like how the future is after you change it. And then he kind of it's funny because the Flash kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man from the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. That's the problem, though. It's almost derivative because I feel like all the movies are going, hey, let's all do time travel. It's the cool thing, and lots of cool visuals, lots of cool fights, cool ideas, but the problem is I feel like Marvel's done it. It's their own spin, and it's a good way to reset their universe, and I hope they don't stick with the time travel thing too much because I feel like that'd be a detriment to the whole series. I like the story. I like the characters. It's probably one of the better DC movies. I mean, honestly, I've skipped a few because they weren't great, but I did like Ben Affleck as Batman. But I don't know what they're going to do with all these like different universes. They must keep doing time travel because they're going to have to bring the other Batman, the other Joker into it, right? Maybe. I'm really curious where James Gunn brings all this. And I'm excited for him because I think he can do a lot of good things with this series. But we're going to get less Guardians, so I'm a little disappointed in that. But what are you going to do? Anyway, I'd say go check it out with some friends in the theater. Comment down below with your favorite DC movie and your favorite DC superhero. Give a like, please sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Thor out.